decomposing a function as a composition. So we know how to find like f of g of x or g of f of x, how to plug one function into the other and then simplify. But this is asking us to go backwards. It's giving us a function h, which in this case is 3x minus 1 in parentheses to the fourth power. It wants us to write a function f and a function g so that if we were to do f of g of x, we get h. So that means that g is what's being plugged in to something for f, and we need to end up getting this. So if g is what we're plugging in, f is like a shell. Okay? And so what I see when I look at this, and this kind of has to do with something you do in calculus, what I'm plugging in is what's in parentheses here, 3x minus 1. Okay, and so if that's what I'm plugging in, then the shell that it's being plugged into is that parentheses to the fourth power. But instead of putting parentheses, that's where we're going to put x. Okay, and that might seem weird to you that x goes there, but now go backwards and think about f of g of x. You're going to take g, which is 3x minus 1, and you're going to put it inside of this x to the fourth power, which, voila, we've got what h is. Okay, so that is one way of decomposing it. There are other ways, but in general, go with the easiest thing to see. And to me, breaking it up like that is the easiest thing to see. Now, this next example, there's actually, I think, a couple different ways we could pretty easily go here. So g is what we're plugging in. So one way we could do that is we could say that g is x plus 1. Okay, which means that we're taking this 2 over the square root, we're taking x plus 1 and putting it underneath that square root, so that x would go right here. Another answer, I think, would be that instead of just plugging in x plus 1, what if we plug in the square root of x plus 1? Okay, well, if we're plugging in the square root of x plus 1, then that square root won't be on the bottom on f, it'll just be x, because we'll be taking x plus 1 and we'll be putting it on the bottom. So that's actually two different ways that you could write that really easily.